What's up, everybody? So today the November PlayStation Cup has been announced, and in this video I just quickly want to go over some things regarding the date of the tournament, what the prize pool is, and I want to also give you guys some tips on how I think you can qualify. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first round of qualifiers will take place on November 26th, and the second round of qualifiers will take place on November 27th. And in total, the prize pool for the PlayStation Cup across all regions will be $250,000 or euros, however you want to look at it. But yeah, that is the prize pool. Okay, so that was kind of just the basics of the tournament. And now I want to give you a few tips on how I think you can qualify and some things that I've done in the previous PlayStation Cups to get top 200 on two separate occasions, which is almost qualifying, but not quite. So yeah, I want to give you some tips on what I think you guys can do to potentially qualify to the finals. The first thing I want to go over is that I think that playing endgame in this tournament is super important because the amount of points you get for winning is 30 points, which means that in order to get the amount of points that you would get for a win, you would need 30 kills, which is not impossible, but pretty difficult, especially if you're a newer player to the game who is just trying out competitive for the first time. So that is my first tip, and probably the most important is to play for endgame. My second tip is to prioritize rotation, whether that be grapples, chromes, launch pads, you name it. But the last previous PlayStation Cups, I feel like there just hasn't been rotation, and I mean that nobody has been using it really. Like last PlayStation Cup that I played, I was always having to just rotate back Edge of Storm because nobody was rotating. And yeah, so I believe that if you prioritize rotation, you will be one step ahead of everybody else, and it should give you an advantage. My third tip is to prioritize heals. I feel like in the previous PlayStation Cups, I have always been looking for heals. Like, say I would get in a mid-game fight, and if I would win it, I'd be looking the rest of the game for heals, which is not something that you want to be doing. You want to be prioritizing mats and positioning. So what I would recommend is carrying 3 slots for heals, whether it be minis, chugs, med kits even, you name it. Just I would always make sure you have 3 slots dedicated to heals in your inventory. My fourth and final tip that I have today is make sure that if you get keyed mid-game or early game, whatever it may be, make sure you fight back, because so many times I'm watching videos or clips and I see somebody get fried or snuck up on and instantly they just box up. And that makes it so much easier for the person keying you to actually kill you when you just box up right away. So if you get fried, make sure you're trying to fight back and not just like going on defense right away, because if you do damage to the person back, the odds of them keying you and also killing you go down a lot. So yeah, that is my final tip. Make sure you're fighting back mid-game if you get keyed. So that was just a little bit of a breakdown of the November PlayStation Cup and the prize pool and all that. And I also gave you some tips. Hopefully they help. Let me know if you guys have any other tips in the comments. And once the tournament's over, if you want to tell me how you finished, I would appreciate the feedback. And yeah, do your best in the tournament. And make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Peace out.